Cedar Key's 45th annual seafood festival is in almost 2 weeks, but the area has been battling an algae bloom known as red tide for almost a month.
That bloom is almost impossible to predict, making the fate of the festival uncertain. WUFT's Ariana Lipkin has more on how the bloom is affecting the area's clam industry.
While the red tide bloom is hard to predict, this last week has seen a decrease in algal levels in the Cedar Key area. Many lease areas that have been closed are opening back up for harvest. While the west side is still mostly closed, the east side of the island is almost clear. But winds have pushed the bloom into Swanee River creeks, resulting in large fish kills.
The red tide bloom has moved further north up the coastline. We still have red tide here. It's very patchy, but not at the densities that's now being found all the way from Swanee up to Steinhatchee.
While the crews in Cedar Key can still feed the clams and clear debris from the area, they are prevented from harvesting and profiting, while levels of red tide are above regulation.
Loss of some jobs, temporary closure of some companies. A lot of the water guys have had to take alternate jobs.
Today, the crew is moving the clams from the Dog Island lease area, which they expect to close again tonight, and move them to Corrigan's Reef, an area in a different tidal flow that is less likely to be affected by the red tide, so that the clams can continue growing and allow the crew to still harvest them when they are ready. Ariana Lipkin, WUFT News.
Satellite images taken today from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission show little movement of the red tide patches along the shore of Taylor, Dixie, and Levy counties.